54 Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On second down, here's Smith. Breaks the tackle, now with Allen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. They keep it with Smith on first down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
A give to Smith out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. The Falcons on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray. And that'll be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Ronald Jones unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Now Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Ryan. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. On the counter, it's Smith. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Throwing on first down is Murray. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away, but a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Push him back. Push him back.
Murray now on first down. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Here we go. SOS.
Here's Murray from midfield, forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Throwing is Murray on third down, eluding the pressure right. Able to find Isabella. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd? And it's caught. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Smith. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run forward with Smith. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line.
52. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Completes it to Benjamin. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Smith. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Let's go.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. A 1st down carry for Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to... 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons get a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are visitors to take over on offense. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. A dump underneath to Jones. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Ito Smith heading back out with the rest of his offensive crew. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence if you just keep doing the things you've been working on.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith, 75 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Break. 52. Mike 52. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. All right, let's get there.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 12, Ryan, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now a perfect 6 for 6 since taking over. Can't ask for better than that. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
61, match box, lights.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Second and 10. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.